Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. So I just got finished watching the Manchester United versus Liverpool game, which was supposed to be a good game. However, that was far from the truth. So Liverpool ended up battering Manchester United 3-0 in Old Trafford. Honestly, I don't know what I just saw. United played horrendous, and Liverpool, you could tell that they had a good sense of identity of what they wanted to do. They knew what the weak spot of Manchester United was. So to begin, it was a disaster class from Casemiro. He was an old Real Madrid player about 3 years ago. Personally, an incredible CDM when he was in his prime, but it's evident that he's no longer in that prime. You could see him very slow and everything. And actually, two of the goals came from him losing the ball. One was when he got bodied off of the ball and he just left it, and Liverpool just took advantage of that. And another one, he directly passed it, misplaced the pass, and just gave him the ball and got caught off guard, and Liverpool came at him and ended up scoring the second goal. And it wasn't just him. This issue also happened when Casemiro was subbed out at the second half, and Ten Hag decided to put in a youngster and move Mino where Casemiro was playing. So Mino was also caught off guard and got bodied off of the ball, and Liverpool just came at them and scored another one. So overall, it was a disaster class for Manchester United as a whole. Liverpool could have easily scored more goals if they wanted to. I mean, Slobotka had one that he could just send it home, but it decided to like a little cutback or something. I'm convinced that when Manchester City, Arsenal, or Liverpool play against United, they go easy on them. I'm convinced. After that, what was it? 7-0 defeat or 7-6-3 defeat from Manchester City 2 years ago. I think no team goes as hard as against Manchester United as before. But the biggest issue that I think was the reason for this horrendous loss was Ten Hag. I mean, we could blame Casemiro, we could blame Kobe Mino, we could blame Rashford, we could blame all of that. At the end of the day, Ten Hag plays this weird system where he decides to send his fullbacks and everything up on top when they're attacking, when they have the ball, give the ball to the six, to the DM, and they depend on the DM to making a pass through the lines and doing essentially everything. And it ends up with a three back, being the two center backs and the DM, and the rest are in the attack, which makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense that they send every single player up top, and there's nothing that the DM can pass to. I mean, it happened with Casemiro where he didn't have anybody to pass to. There was not a there was not a single right back that he could look forward for. There wasn't Kobe Mino was even on top, or he was blocked as well. He wasn't right beside him or behind him. Um, they just warmed him. On top of that, as well, in the Kobe Mino goal, Kobe Mino had nobody. He didn't have a right back. Um, he got closed down incredibly quick by Liverpool, and Casemiro was in the vicinity. I mean, not Casemiro. The youngster that they put in instead of Casemiro wasn't even around the vicinity. So at the end of the day, it shows that it's not a Casemiro or Mino problem. It's a system problem. It's super strange, the system that Ten Hag plays, because it clearly doesn't work. A coincidence is like if Casemiro was the only one that did it, but it was also Kobe Mino, who's a very good player under pressure, and who is a completely different player. You're telling me both of them are ass trash? But I think Ten Hag is the person to blame here. I mean, he was the one that decided to play Rashford, even though he was not by far the best attacker in Manchester United. I mean, I don't understand why he did that. I don't understand why you would play Rashford instead of Ahmed, who had scored, who keeps scoring, who was the best player for the past games. He was a very entertaining player to watch, and he also decided to play Garnacho where he's not the best at. Whereas when he's come in as a left winger in place of Rashford, Garnacho always performed. Well, recently he has been performing every time he comes in as a left winger. So I thought it was a no-brainer to play Garnacho on the left and Ahmed on the right. Not only that, but he decided to take out the player who I actually thought that he was actually playing pretty well. He took him off like the 65th minute for Maguire. And Maguire didn't do anything wrong, right? But why would you take out Delict? He's on a yellow. Martinez was also on a yellow. I don't understand why you would take out Delict. A lot of questionable decisions that he did. I mean, he took out Xerxes and placed in Ericsson. Why? I guess because he didn't want to get battered. I have no idea why he did it. I even gave him. He could have put Rashford up top, Garnacho on the left, and Ahmed on the right. Could have, if you don't want it, you don't want Xerxes playing. Um, I honestly think Xerxes didn't play that bad. He missed two sitters. But I mean, it's his first game for Manchester United. He didn't do as bad, and against a Liverpool with Van Dijk and Konate as center backs, so I don't think it was as bad as we thought. And overall, this Manchester United is so dreadful to watch. I mean, they're so, I don't know what Ten Hag has them playing. Now, I'd give him the benefit of the doubt because Ugarte just got signed yesterday, but he wasn't able to register or something. I don't know what happened. He wasn't able to play this game. I think Ugarte would have, he would have been, you know, different, at least better in Casemiro. He would have been better in Casemiro, but at the end of the day, he wasn't here. And Manchester United got battered horrendously. I say give Ten Hag a bit more time. I know that he lost a big game very easily and then tied against Brighton and all of this, but I mean Casemiro at the end of the day did do those mistakes, and I did say that maybe it's the system, maybe it is a system, but maybe you also need a player that's able to play that system, which might be what Ugarte is. I don't know. I think we have to see how Ten Hag plays with Ugarte, because with even Ugarte, because honestly the team is not bad, but Casemiro is clearly a gigantic weak link to the midfielder, gigantic weak link, and it doesn't help that instead of kind of having a Kobe Mainu or Bruno Fernandes not go all the way up and having your fullbacks not completely go as pretty much wingers as well and leaving the whole midfield alone, maybe Casemiro would be better under a system like that or playing a simpler system. I don't know what this guy is doing, honestly, because just. But as much as I disliked Ten Hag last season, and I still dislike him because I think he's just stubborn and he doesn't learn. Um, I think you have to give him uh, some time because at the end of the day, he brought in these players. You know what? Let's see what he can do, having all his key pieces in place, because he does have all of his key pieces in place. So just give him some time. Give him from here to a couple games with Ugarte, and hopefully, I hope Manchester United and Ten Hag are able to get out of this shithole that they're in. I really hope, because the least that I like to see is United just keep crumbling. I've seen that for what, the like 12 years. I've seen United come down from being a champion to what they are now for 12 years. So I hope Ten Hag is actually trying to improve Manchester United and actually doing a good job. Well, I hope he does a good job. Other than that, Liverpool played incredible. Arne Slot, a lot of people were asking for a challenge for him, and I think this was a okay challenge. I expected a lot more from Manchester United. Expected a lot more. So, but they, at the end of the day, they went to Manchester United. They went to Manchester, went to Old Trafford, and beat them in their home very convincingly. and could have even scored more goals. And they looked extremely strong. I mean, Manchester United just couldn't get past them at all. I do hope I see Liverpool grab a tougher opponent because Manchester United is not what it once was. They're not that team. They're not that challenge or that much of a challenge anymore. I think there's teams that could give them a better fight, like an Aston Villa or a Spurs or even Arsenal or City. That'd be a good way to measure them. But an Arsenal or Spurs would be, or a Newcastle even would be a good way to measure Liverpool a bit more rather than playing this washed Manchester United. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this small little rant. Just wanted to get my thoughts about this game that I was actually able to watch completely. I'll see y'all soon with like some Champions League predictions or some other games I was able to watch this weekend. And the Madrid game is up next. So I'll also, hopefully, it's a good result and I'm able to do a good video about the Madrid because last game they tied Las Palmas. I'll get into that in another video, but peace, guys. Take care.